just on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. And if I wake tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm young. There's no way to go, no one that can see through at the time of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the feel. Just out of reach of desire, was not
All right, Dirt fans, we're back here with that's right, the Miller Family Trucking Wotel series, and had a couple weeks off here on the channel, but I actually went, off in the Super Bowl, and then unfortunately, got to give a shout out to Steve McMillan, and your thoughts and prayers out there. If you were there last week here on UDTV, you saw they had a special race for him. Father passing away, so definitely keep thoughts and prayers out there to him. As always, well, man, we're back. Limaland here tonight. We got these pro late models, and Alex, man, it's been exciting so far this season.
It's fun, always fun, and look who's at the top of the board. It's Brent Evans, Blake Majulis, Trey Mills, Logan Rumsey, Lucas Rourke, Dylan Wilson, Evan C. Dylan Hauser. You tell me it doesn't look like the usual suspects sitting up at the top of the board, but someone that is intriguing who set quick time, that is Brent Evans. Brent Evans set quick time 12.302, Blake Majulis 12.312, second quick, and qualifying has concluded here, so it's Brent Evans taking home quick time award here tonight. Majulis in the second spot. Mills, Rumsey, Rourke was your top five here in qualifying, as heat race action about to begin. 8 laps distance here, 4 heat races on taps, 8 laps, 3 cars will transfer into tonight's A main. The rest will go on to last chance qualifiers. And here is your starting grid for tonight's heat race number 1 in the pro late models, and it's Brent Evans and Lucas Rourke on row number 1.
Yeah, you got Austin Sessions and Mike Augustine going to be hitting there on the second row. Nick Baum, Alex McCullen there in the 5th and 6th place. Logan Brass, Lake and Martin there in 7th and 8th. And Cardin Cochran and old Hunter Gaines going to round it out on the bottom side. So should be interesting here as we get back settled in for the Miller Family Trucking Wotel series here tonight. DirtFan.com bringing it to you. Gotta love those guys, man. Definitely check out dirtfan.com, because we're live tonight, OSR Network, obviously YouTube, Facebook, but man, we're live on the dirtfan.com, Miller Family Wotel on Facebook, and on UDTV over on Facebook. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit the likes and shares. I know they love it. Ooh, like you said, heat racing tonight. Limaland, kind of a short track.
short track, and that means 8 laps. Only the distance here for these heat races. It's going to go by really quickly if we go green to checkered in these heat races. It's about a, let's see, 12-second lap time, so about a minute to 2 minutes for 8 laps to get done here. So these heat races go green to checkered. We might be quick in these heat races, but again, anything can happen, especially on a short track like Limaland here in Lima, Ohio. It is, let's see here. You see the banking a little bit there. It's about a quarter mile, so this should be fun here. I thought green flag was going out, but it is not yet. So it's going to be Evans, it's going to be Rourke. Lights are now out on the pace truck. And Evans, Rourke, Sessions, Augustine. Talk about Ball McCullum in there as well. Carden Cochran, Lincoln Martin, those guys in the back. It's going to be fun to watch. Pace truck about to head off. And heat race number 1 here at Limaland. Green flag is out. Evans with a great jump into turn number 1 they go.
Yeah, it does. Evans out front there. You got Rourke behind him. Sessions, those guys are stacked up too wide. But again, you said the top 3 go to the feature, so that puts Mike Augustine on the outside looking in. He's going to have to hustle if he wants to get that 3rd place. McCullen is also outside, but look at Sessions and Rourke. They're battling for that 2nd spot.
Austin Sessions right now holding on to that 3rd and final transfer spot. The 19 machine of Mike Augustine. He's under pressure here because there is Alex McCullum as well. Those two go side by side here for your 4th spot. Austin Sessions, though, holding on to the 3rd spot as well. And now he's closing in on that 5 machine of Lucas Rourke. So your top 3 not really pulling away here early on.
And everybody's single file for the moment. Doesn't bode well for, like you said, Mike Augustine, who is there in the 4th place spot. He's got Session, but he's closing in. He's right there on his back bumper. Let me see if he can't get on the inside of him. He's going to have to do something wild here. Maybe take that low line slide job. He's in 3rd place for the moment. Crisscross not going to happen.
Battle for that 3rd spot. Sessions, Augustine going at it. There's a slide job from Austin Sessions. He is back in the 3rd spot. Now here comes Mike Augustine again. Augustine to the bottom. Slide job returning the favor. Slide jobs being the favorite here for your battle for the 3rd spot between Austin Sessions. Mike Augustine right now. Augustine holds the top side now. Sessions, he's going to go to the bottom side here. Hold the bottom side, and that battle for 3rd continues to heat up.
Yes, it is. Yeah, those two guys one of them don't want to run the LCQ. The other one's a little contact between them two. White flag. Man, Sessions going to hang on to it. Or excuse me, Augustine's going to hang on to it. Now you got McCullen's in the mix. Oh, he's sliding. Here comes Augustine. He's still holding on to it. Wow, what a race. Sessions going to have to run the LCQ, but it's going to be Brent Evans, Rourke, and Augustine. The top 3 all night long. That's what it's going to be like. The guys going to battle hard to try to get in those the feature, not have to run the LCQ, but you're not guaranteed to make it into that A main. We'll have to see. So we head over here to heat race number 2. iRacing to catch up to me here. There we go. Rid him up, heat race 2. We got the bad man out there, Blake Majulis. We know he's bad fast. Starting out front in this one, Dylan Wilson there. He's in 2nd. Chase Barbera 3rd. Bo Krebs up in 4th. Richard Murtaugh Jr. there 5th. John Darby starting 6th. Michael Bless in 7th. Pat Arisman up in 8th. Chris Heald in 9th. And Justin Toll in 10th. And man, just looking at this field with only 3 cars going to the feature, wow, some guys are outside going to be looking in and having to run those LCQs. So we're going to have a packed LCQ tonight.
Yeah, and this heat race field, talk about where it all matters. Majulis needs to regroup very quickly here if he wants a chance still at a points championship. Dylan Wilson looking pretty good here coming through the midway point of the season. Bo Krebs, Chase Barbera, those two have been a little hot, a little cold. Richard Murtaugh Jr., he's looking to regroup after a few tough weeks for him. John Darby, Michael Blessing. This heat race, this tells a story here for some of these guys. They need to regroup. If they don't regroup, it's going to be a long night and yet a long season to finish off this road to a championship here. But Blake Majulis looking to get back to his winning ways.
He does. Majulis has had a tough little go here in the Pro Late Model Series with the DirtFan.com. It's kind of been a roller coaster ride, more so going downhill than it has been uphill for him. But tonight he could change that. Get into victory lane and see. He battles out front, but now he's still got Dylan Wilson right there on his tailgate. You've got Chase Barbera also. Those are the top 3. Bo Krebs doesn't want to have to go through those LCQs as he's sitting there in the 4th place. Richard Murtaugh Jr. himself.
Richard Murtaugh Jr. trying to get by Bo Krebs there. He's going to get by Bo Krebs now for the 4th spot, but both cars looking for that 3rd spot, held by Chase Barbera now. Barbera, he's in the 3rd spot, but look who the 2 guys up front are. It's Majulis, it's Wilson, then Barbera. That's still your top 3, but now Richard Murtaugh Jr. trying to chase down Barbera.
Yeah, he's got a long road to chase down that 3rd place man of Barbera. He's got a little bit of distance between them. It's a top 3 kind of single file. Your biggest battle's happening for 5th and 6th. You got Darby and Krebs right there side by side, and that's more for position of if they stay there, what position they're going to start at in the LCQs tonight. Richard Murtaugh, I know he'd love to try to kind of gain ground. What I'm noticing right now here, Alex, is once they get in that single file line, it looks a little hard to try to chase down the cars.
One thing to keep an eye on here, Chase Barbera, he's one of only 2 drivers in the top 5 in points that have made all 4 starts this season here. And right now, Chase Barbera in that 3rd spot, he's looking to make it 5 for 5 here this season in feature starts. Richard Murtaugh Jr. right now on the outside looking in, and he is about a half second, if not more, away from Chase Barbera here with the white flag in the air.
Yeah, and you got Dylan Wilson keeping Majulis honest. He goes for a slide job final time. Majulis said, hey, a little bit too early. He comes right back by him. They come in 3 and 4. It's going to be Blake Majulis, Dylan Wilson, and Chase Barbera are going to take those top 3, and Murtaugh just could not get any ground made up. Something he might have to learn, or something he probably learned here to take to the LCQ to say, okay, maybe I can, if I make it to the feature, that's something I got in the back of my pocket. Heat race number 3, though, we got Trey Mills. He says he's the future out there starting out front. Evan C., that's the guy right now who's just kind of dominated. He's looking good on the outside. Jason Salter there in 3rd. James Braswell starting 4th. Bowden Brandon starting 5th. Tyson Uliki up starting 6th. Brandon Gibbs up in 7th. Matthew Watt starting 8th. Scott Smith starting 9th. And Jason Korn there in the 10th place. Again, some heavy hitter names here. And that's kind of what we're seeing tonight. A lot of guys. I go back. I'm going to say it again. That LCQs are going to be loaded with great drivers.
Yes, it will. And talk about Evan C. here. Remember, drop weeks are going to happen here, but 3 for 3 in the races that he's shown up. So Evan C. right now, talk about that 33, 3 for 3. It is now looking for his 4th consecutive win in 4 feature appearances here tonight. But again, he has to lock in first in this heat race number 3. But you talk about guys in the tops in points right now without...
Lost you for there.
My iRacing just happened to crash.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
It did.
Yeah, well, yeah, I heard the Discord kind of go. So, hey, man, I tell you what, technical difficulties, it happens to me all the time. Cross my fingers, it happen in a little bit. So, so we'll wait. Alex, he'll get that fixed up. He'll let us know when he comes right back. But getting set for heat race number 3. And yeah, I see you, Corey said, yep, 3 to the heats, or 3 out of the heats. Heat 3. But 3 go to the feature here tonight. We got Trey Mills. He's battling with Evan C. Well, these 2 guys are putting slide jobs. Uh-oh. C goes up to the wall. Hang on. Trey Mills going down the inside. Braswell's right behind him. Salter's battling. So we got a good little tussle happening here for the 3rd place spot. And for the lead, Mills says, I want that back. He puts a slider on him. Not going to hold. Here comes Evan C. back to the inside. Takes it on him. Well, these guys are back and forth battling. Meanwhile, Salter back here in that final transfer spot. He looks in his rearview mirror, and he's going to see a face full of Braswell and Brandon back there. Looks, those guys are battling, but up front, it is a war happening between the 2 of Evan C. and Mills. These guys are putting on a showcase on how to put slide jobs on each other. One goes around, the other one comes back around. Now it looks like Evan C.'s got the advantage. Here comes Trey Mill back to the inside. He's going to come back to the low line with another slider of his own self. Makes that pass. Puts it back out front. Here comes Evan C. on the crashing behind him. Jason Salter, who was in the transfer spot, just got slammed up against a wall. Let's go back and watch what happened to him. He's sitting there in that last transfer spot. Let's see if he had help or the wall just snuck up and got it. Oh, no, he got help from the back. Got a little sideways there. That didn't cause it. That did upset him and get him to 4th, though. And then he got tagged a little bit there. He's coming back on the inside. Throws a slide job on the 3rd place man, and then they just get hooked up together, going to the wall. And from there, bam. Oh, car's upside down. Woo. Maybe a little frustration on that one, but that puts Bowden Brandon in the third and final transfer spot. We're under caution here. Heat race number 3. Evan C., Trey Mills. You get it figured out there, Alex?
We are currently loading back in.
Okay. Cool. Just let me know when you're back. We're under caution here. Heat race number 3, lap 6 of 8. Like you said, we got old Evan C. He's out front. That guy has just been a one-man wrecking crew here in the DirtFan.com Pro Late Model Series here at the Wotel, and just I don't know who's going to be able to stop him. Trey Mills is right there on his back bumper. They were putting on a clinic up front for slide jobs. Let's see if they can get back at it again. Green flags back. See, he gets out front. They were all single file, so Trey's going to have to get maybe a lap going here to maybe start getting those slide jobs. He ain't got many times, but against the white flag this time coming around. Evan C. goes down low. Trey gets into the wall. Well, that opens up the door for Brandon right here, as now they're the white flag one more time. He's going to have to worry about losing second place if he doesn't watch it, because they're actually right there. Nose to tail to turn 4. It's going to be Evan C., Trey Mills, and Bowden Brandon going to take out the top 3. Anthony Watts is actually going to end up in a place spot. I hear you, Corey. All right, well, let's grid them up. Heat race number 4 here tonight. Logan Rumsey, the man out front. Dylan Hauser, he's back. Well, I always say, whose house? Hauser's house. I always kill him up there in the admin booth when I say that one. So now that they all fell out the seat. There you go. Chris Horn starting at 3rd. Kim Jones in 4th. Brady Thompson up in 5th. Hunter Rich starting 6th. Hunter Lagunas there in 7th. Tyler Berry starting in 8th. Jaden Sheehan in 9th, and Camden Johnson rounds the top 10 spot. Oh,
we're back.
Oh, we're back. All right.
We got back just in time to watch the final heat race of the night.
Heck yeah, man. Well, the heat race 3 was pretty good out there. You know, we had just that one caution. Unfortunately, Salter got involved when he was sitting in the 3rd and final transfer spot, and they just kind of got together. But again, got some good guys in this one. I got to go back to what I was saying earlier, man. These LCQs are going to be stacked.
Joe, apparently this guy likes to listen to me. I don't know why. I'm not that good.
Who's that? Who are we talking about?
I see. I like to tune in to OSR Network for Joe White in the booth with and the other guy. I don't know
that's Corey out there. Yeah, it's Corey, man. Corey
I don't know who the other guy is. I'm not that good.
Hey, look, it's Alex. Alex is pretty good, man. Alex is good. I like being up here on Alex, man. Yeah, look, if you like hearing Alex, you can hear some more of it, man, at the channels. Oh, we already got contact in the back here. As that was Tyler Berry, got spun around on the start. And now he's crab walking out there, Alex, man. That car don't look too good.
So the green flag does stay out here. So Logan Rumsey, he's going to stay in the 2nd spot there, as actually Dylan Hauser, he's going to lead lap number 1 there. So it's Hauser, it's Rumsey, it's Chris Horn. But now you see Chris Horn under some pressure here from Brady Thompson. Thompson now going to try and go to the inside of that 0-1 of Horn.
Yeah, it is. Thompson, man, looking good. He's up there in 4th. He doesn't want to have to do the hard way to the LCQs. He'd love to be able to get in that feature, so he's battling. But we got a battle up front. Hauser, Rumsey, those two guys, just like the last heat, are up there putting on a clinic of slide jobs. As you see, Hauser or Rumsey goes down to the inside. He puts a slide job. Oh, he couldn't complete it. Hauser closed the door on him. Hauser loves that high side. He's a high side man, and if the thing is fast up there, you're going to be hard-pressed to get him off that top side cushion.
Hauser and Rumsey, two guys who have looked good. Horn and Thompson there. There's some slide jobs being traded there for that 3rd and final transfer spot. As slide job yet again from Chris Horn there. So Horn and Thompson now trading slide jobs for the 3rd and final spot. But keep an eye on that 33 machine. Hunter Rich is coming to battle for this 3rd spot. So we got a 3-car battle for that 3rd and final transfer spot with the white flag coming in the air.
Yeah, Rich is sitting in that back, hoping those two guys maybe make one little slip-up a mistake, and he can just go slinking on by him. Chris Horn falls back to 3rd, or he's in 3rd, and Hunter Rich pulls up to 4th. He's battling with Thompson, but it's going to be Hauser, Rumsey, and I think Horn's probably going to hang on to this thing as he comes out of 4. Yes, he is. So Horn's going to take that final transfer spot. Thompson's going to hang out there in the 4th place. Good little heat race here. This race is pretty little racing style track. I'm kind of seeing, though, you could throw the slide job, but it won't hold. Maybe have to, I don't know what it's going to take to get up there. We'll have to see it later on in the night, but Okay, here we go. It's the main time. Austin Sessions, the man out front in this one. Matthew Watt's going to start in second. Logan Brass there in third. Tyson Leakey up in fourth. Lakeland Martin starting fifth. Jason Korn sixth. Alex McCullen there in seventh. Scott Smith in eighth. Nick Baum starting in ninth place. Jason Salter 10th. Cardin Cochran right there in 11th. And Brandon Gibbs rounding out the 12th place spot. Put one more spot over for us. There we go. Hunter Gaines in 13th. And James Braswell rounds out the 14th place spot. So there are going to be some guys going home in this one that normally wouldn't go home.
Especially 10 laps distance. 6 go on to the feature. The rest go home. And like you said, there is a lot of talent in these LCQs, so it's going to be fun to watch. See what happens, who goes on, who goes home. And remember, with points coming up very quickly here, this is race number 5 of the season. There's not many races left.
No.
It's really not. What do we got? We got Lucas Oil, we have Lincoln, and we have I-55, and that's the end of the season. So the season winds down very quickly here. And lucky enough, I will not miss the championship with it being pushed back a week. I will not miss the championship because of some conflicts in scheduling with openers happening on a Sunday night for me.
Nice.
But the best part is, with it being pushed back a week, I will be here for championship week, but I miss the only PA track on the schedule, so my heart kind of is broken on that one, though.
Hey, I hear you. Nothing wrong with that. But I tell you what, it's good that you're going to be up here, man. It's going to be a good one as we're going to crown a champ that night. But right now, Sessions gets to jump out on the field. You got Watts and Brass going to battle it. Meanwhile, the hot seat, though, is back here in 6th. Jason Korn has it right now, but he's got a full view mirror of McCullen and Smith back there, so any one of those guys could take it from him.
Alex McCollum goes to the inside here, side by side. You see battles throughout. Oh boy, I think that was the 11 of Matthew Watts. He got tight. Now he's around. Caution flag will wave here. So caution out in LCQ number 1. That was Matthew Watts there, who got very tight in the corner and then just ended up being at the wrong place at the wrong time going through 1 and 2.
Yep, he had to check up a little bit. The car behind him couldn't get, woed up in time. Got up underneath him, spun him around. Caution out, like you said. Car went very high, but we're talking about the man out front, Austin Sessions right now. He's leading it. Tyson Leakey right there in second. They definitely don't want to go home tonight. Another guy that doesn't want to go home either. Wait for the ticker to kind of pop around here. Yep, there we go. The man sitting back here in 6th and 7th place. You got Jason Salter, who got caught up in that wreck. Jason Korn, Alex McCullen, all 3 of those guys right there kind of sitting there at the edge of whether or not they're going to make that feature or not. So how's it, if you're back there, what's going through your mind as a driver? Alex is trying to think on that one.
See, I've been in way too many B mains. I don't know what goes through my mind half the time. We'll find out what these guys' moves are going to happen because the green flag is back out here. So now we go back to this battle here, and we're going to go back to the caution.
Now it looks like Matthew Watt again in the back. Let's see what happened to him here. Another car, Scott Smith was involved, but Matthew gets going, and him and Smith. Oh no, it actually happened to the car in front, and then Matthew just couldn't get woed up. Might have been Scott's. Yep, Scott Smith was actually the one who started on it. 53, he was actually up front. Let's see if he had a little help here. Oh yeah, he got tagged beside another machine. Got it going straight, and then poor Matthew just nowhere to go. Got in the back end of it. All right. Light green.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
Sessions out front, Brass right here with him. Uliki, Martin, Cullen, Thorne. That's your top 6 right now. Salter back there in 7th. Outside looking in. He's still on that pace truck. Out there pulling for Matthew Watt. Okay. Matthew is not having the night he wants. He's getting knocked around, or he's running into bad trouble. Gonna have to have work cut out for him if he wants to get back up there. He's back in 12th place spot. Who's Alex?
Sorry, people are messaging me asking me questions about real life stuff. And it's,
I got you. All right.
Messaging me going, what time do the gates open for racing? I'm like, it's 2 weeks away and we're asking me these kind of questions already.
Look at the website.
Right? I'm like, well, the sad part is the website really doesn't give them the answers, and it's like, you're asking the announcer who shows up 5 hours before racing anyway, so how would I know?
Well, I'm saying.
Just check social media. That's my biggest thing. Social media is your friend nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, go. All right, top 6 going to the feature. Got the Delaware double file restart happening out here. The main here tonight, Limaland, Miller Family, Brucken, DirtFan.com Pro Late Models. Been some exciting racing.
It's gonna get even better, I feel. Well, it's gonna get better. Poor race control is dealing with a whole bunch of chaos at the moment.
Oh yeah, you know that's a job right there that I did it one time when I first started iRacing, and it's a job, and I'm like, you know what? I like being up in the booth because even though we might see a wreck and the way we call it, it ain't the be all end all of what we say. Leave that in the hands of race control. And you usually end up making guys happy or mad.
That's why I don't look. That's above my pay grade.
Me too.
I get paid to talk, but I don't get paid to make decisions, because if I made business decisions, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Oh, correction, Joe. Now I'm going to have to make business decisions on Thursday nights. That's in the works. Heck.
Yeah.
Is that this
Well, I was
week
telling
or is that
people, man,
next
look,
week?
you're going to hear more of Alex, man. So,
Is that this week? I don't even know. I didn't look at my own schedule, Joe. I think it's next
March
week.
9th. March 9th.
That was over 2 weeks. 2 weeks away.
Yeah, I got it. Links up and stuff. So,
don't
yeah,
know.
folks, check it out, man. We got, if you like PA stuff, man, there
Well,
you
can
have
I
it.
send you the updated schedule?
Let me know.
Because, yeah, I probably didn't because, you know, Bill Miller and Donnie Batiste helped me adjust the schedule, put on some, because everyone wants to put, you know, oh, like the Prairie Dirt Classic and that. Well, we're going to put it on the schedule like we're trying to match up schedules. So, like, oh, Thursday night or before or after the Prairie Dirt Classic, we're running Fairbury, you know.
Okay.
Show me 100.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to run Lucas Oil that week. But guess what? Someone's going to run into the A main. Someone's going to park it in the trailer, and people are going to run into each other because the caution flag is back out.
Boy, that was a big one in the back here. Started. Looks like Alec McCullen is part of it. Let's see if he's actually the one that actually started. Looks like kind of a little checkup up front. I saw everybody go 3 wide. Oh, yeah. Alex got just turned from the back. Next thing you know, from there, as short as these tracks are, nowhere to go. Kind of a pile up. Junkyard. Uh-oh. So, yeah, more aggravation, though. Race controls up there, probably trying to pull their hair out. Actually, Brett don't have too much hair left to pull out. I've seen him. And poor Steve, he's already pulled all his out. And I don't know, well, Bill, he's still got a lot, so he could go.
I'm about to say, Bill's going to be the last one here. Bill's
yeah,
now that Bill's getting involved more, Bill's going to have, Bill's going to be losing hair left and right.
Yeah, it is. They're up there probably going, man, y'all need to shut up. Oh,
all right,
man.
I got a full head of hair.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. White
Now,
you can get a haircut.
I'm going to be funny here for a second. If anyone that is listening that has their own merch that drives or you know, is crew has their own merch, I will take hats. I will gladly take hats. Green flag is out, but I will gladly take hats and wear them on Flow Racing at Bridgeport. That is a plug right there. But green flag is back out here. We're going to find out who plugs himself into that 6th spot and who has to plug it into the trailer until super time, and contact being made here from Jason Korn, who's battling it for that 6th spot. It's Korn Salter Braswell Jr.
Yeah, you got it. Look at Salter falls all the way back to the 8th place spot, then battles back up. Korn's hanging on just by a slither on that last transfer spot back in 6th. Never mind, here comes Salter. He doesn't want to go home. He's looking on the inside. The corn takes it back from him. Bombs right there. Nick Bomb in the front part. It's a battle back there for that last transfer spot.
Battles are on. It is like a battlefield as Braswell, he's up 7 spots. He needs that one more crucial spot if he wants to punch into the A main. Contact being made. Corn around, corn upside down. We're staying green, and now the caution is out.
He went on top of his roof. Wow, just like that, sitting there in the transfer spot. And it's just a battle back and forth, and somebody, man, said, you know what, we're going to pop some corn, and they did. Corn went upside down. And let's see what kind of happened. He's right there in that yellow, greenish, fluorescent style machine. By himself right now. He gets a little contact. That's slow up there. Kind of got a little sideways, and then probably slowed his car up, and the great machine behind him just doesn't take much to send these cars over. Just like that, night done. Joe was talking about, yeah, Alex, I mean, I know Corey was out there talking about, well, the other guy, hey, look, once we go back green, you're going to hear more about Alex out there. So we got Thursday nights coming up. It's going to be awesome racing. If you love dirt, man, definitely tune in. Austin Sessions gets to jump out front. Uliki, it was a single file start with Martin and company. The biggest battle, though, is this Braswell back here in the 6th place spot. That's the final transfer. Can Salter somehow get around him with the final lap?
Braswell going to go to the inside here, try and get around one more, but guess what? It's not going to matter. He's going to go bottom side here. He's going to throw a slide job. He's just going to hold on to one spot. He will hold on to one spot. Sessions, Ulecki, Martin, Baum, Braswell, he will get that one more spot. So 14-5 for James Braswell Jr. to lock into the A-main, and Logan Brass is your 6th and final transfer. So 6 cars lock in now to your A-main. So now, time for the 2nd and final LCQ of the night here. Last chance qualifier, same thing as the last one. So nice, we got to do it twice. 10 laps, 6 go on to the feature, the rest go home here for LCQ number 2.
Yeah, we got them gridded up here. We got, in this one is stacked. We got Richard Murtaugh Jr. going to start out front. Brady Thompson there in 2nd. Bo Krebs starting 3rd. Hunter Richam in 4th. John Darby starting 5th. Camden Johnson starting 6th. Michael Blessing in 7th. Kim Jones starting in 8th. Pat Arisman there in 9th. Jaden Sheehan starting 10th. Chris Hill starting 11th. Hunter Lugunis there in 12th. And the 13th and 14th, we got Justin Toll and Tyler Berry rounding us out. And again, top 6 go to the feature. Alex, this is going to be a good one.
Like I said, it was so nice we get to do it twice.
That's right.
14 more cars, 6 go on, the rest go to supers if they are in the super season. Remember, that is again as well coming down to the wire here. Blake Majulis, Evan C, a whole bunch of more cars getting ready for battle in that one. But 6 cars will go on, and look at some of the guys starting outside of that 6 spots. Justin Toll, Tyler Berry, Pat Arisman, they're going to have to fight their way in here. For guys like Richard Murtaugh Jr., you want to stay up there and make the feature appearance here. Bo Krebs, remember, he had a good run a few weeks ago, made it into the feature, so now Bo Krebs trying to carry some momentum in. We will find out who our last 6 cars are to make it in. The green flag is out here. Richard Murtaugh Jr. going to lead us in turn 1 and 2. There's Bo Krebs. Bo Krebs going to throw a slider there for the 2nd spot. Contact being made, and 1 car going to lose a lot of spots there. I think that's a 22 machine of, that is not Johnston. Who was that?
Camden Johnson. Yeah, he's back in 7th. Oh, got a car around also. You know, those guys were 3 and 4 wide back there in the back. And then it looks like now you've got John Darby, Kim Jones, and company back here. More or less, Kim Jones is the one's going to get the worst end of the stick. But they were like 3 and 4 wide back there, Alex, battling around about 4th, 5th place spot. And then you see, Kim Jones goes around the bottom. Like Justin Toll, he and John Darby, they go around on the top side. Just mayhem. Now that puts Camden Johnson, just talking about him, back up to 4th.
But no, Joe, we got a lot of racing now. We have Sunday still coming up, you know.
Yep.
Like I said, here, Lucas Oil, Lincoln, and then to finish out the season, I-55. But then right as this season comes up, I'm gracious, you know, Steve, BJ, those guys have been helping me a lot get this schedule together. Like I said, Bill Miller helped me with that schedule. We open March 9th. Now, my stuff opens March 9th, Volusia, having some fun there. So every track is on there at least once, I think, except for maybe USA. And who knows, iRacing might be gracious and great friends and put some more dirt tracks on here. So we might have to add some races, take some different tracks off. And it's all fixed setups. So green flag is back out here. The open setups for these guys, fixed setups for my guys, and these guys are going to put on a barn burner. Caution flag gonna wave yet again.
And that's
here.
blessings,
3-4 cars around on the back straightaway. So caution flag back out. I swear, Joe, these guys just they
It's
like
racy
listening
out
to me
here.
plug my stuff apparently, because we're talking about this. Got a caution.
And it's
I didn't get to really plug Bridgeport yet, but they gave me a quick caution for that one too, and I just forgot to plug it.
Well, we got what happened here. Blessings, he went up the track, and then I don't know if he just got tight, but the car behind him got in the back end of him, and we're seeing that a lot here on this track. And I got to go back to, we've not seen anybody, unless they get in trouble, come through the field. And I think what's happening on these restarts, we see it a lot. And the asphalt side of stuff is, you've got to be aggressive on the start. Sometimes that aggressiveness leads to a caution. And the old saying, cautions breed cautions. And with only 6 drivers going, I mean, guys like you Thompson, Barry, like you was talking about, outside looking in, they got to go.
Not going green. Not going green.
It's going to be interesting to say the least. But Joe, I gotta say, we say about Steve. Steve not only created this great platform of World of Thunder on a Sunday night. Brings in the best drivers, brings in the best broadcast crew, and I got to work with some of it was a reunion last week. Brett Wheeler back in the booth, myself, Jerry Van Sickle, Sean Neistat. The gang was all back together for the first time in almost 2 years. I want to say it's been a fun road. As we can't thank Steve enough. It was pretty much Steve that got that all started. And then Brett brought text the crew. It was a surprise for most of us, but Brett Wheeler, he's done some stuff in the real life over in Australia. He's been in pit reporting, in the booth. He's done it all. You got Sean Neistat at Houston. You got Jerry Van Sickle, who just called the dome. He plugged the dome shamelessly last week. I'll give him that. But he plugged the dome. And then Jerry, also Marshalltown, Boone. I'm at Bridgeport. It's always a fun time. The gang got back together. Well, the gang's all here again. And that's the top dogs here trying to battle it out for 6 spots. And right now, Richard Murtaugh Jr., Bo Krebs, they're trying to hold on to those top spots. There is also Hunter Rich in that top 3, side by side with Bo Krebs. More contact in the mid-pack, though, is now 3 wide in turn 1 and 2.
He does. You got Murtaugh out front, Rich, Krebs right there behind him. They're going to go side by side, but way back here in that final transfer spot, it is a hot place, and it's under caution as you got a Rissman going around. Let's see what happened. Those guys back there, again, they knew they had to go. They were 3 wide on top of each other and tagging and bagging. And Arisma was the man who got the worst end of it. Got Clem from behind, and it's like that under caution. But, you mentioned the Wotel series. I've known Steve for a long time in the Wotel series here. And, I mentioned you mentioned all the great guys that have been here announcing. And you guys, man, have unfortunately been able to do a lot of real-life stuff. I've always said I kind of miss my calling in life. Because iRacing has gave me a platform to be able to do this and to enjoy it, and I like it. I've gotten actually the pleasure to call races with some great announcers. Like you said, yourself up here, man. I've had a lot of other guys, man, come up here, and Brett's really helped me out. Remember when he first started, Steve. It's funny. I appreciate him, man, letting me do this. We finally got together. Many Sundays, I was always busy doing it, and just finally worked out the way, and man, it's been awesome up here. I enjoy it. Like you said, one of the best leagues for dirt. We're going back green here. Maybe we're going to see what's going to get it, but again, back here in this 6th place spot, these guys know that they're going to be in trouble. Look at them. They're 3 wide already.
Battles continue on here, then caution flag out again, and we're going to come really close to the time limit, I think, in this one.
Yeah, see that. John Darby got up into the wall here. So watch it real quick here tonight. So, and this is just basically urgency happening right now. You see these guys out here trying to push the envelope on the track. They're back here. They're outside looking in because Darby was right there around about the 7th place spot. Yeah, he got in the wall. And the wall just around there and bit him. So it's basically a risk versus reward, urgency type of mentality right now for a lot of these guys. I don't want to go home. It's the B main. I got one more shot to make it into the feature. And you're seeing sometimes you push a little bit too hard, and Limaland's not giving an inch.
So we got about 2 minutes left in this one. We got 4 laps to do in that time. Can we get it done is the real question here. We'll find out.
Goes green, we can.
Yeah, that's... But everyone's fighting. That's the thing. Everyone is fighting for a spot. And we talked about it for the past few weeks, but, you know, nothing's bigger than now, the second half of the season, where you only have a few more weeks. The green flag is back out here, and you only have a few more weeks to get some points, or your points run is done. But again, top 6 move on here. Thompson, Barry, remember those guys started far back, especially Tyler Barry started 14th. He's now into the 5th spot, 6th spot actually, as he's trying to battle and hold on to a transfer spot.
Got a lot of new guys up here, but it's not new. Richard Murtaugh Jr. out front. You got Krebs there in second. Rich, those 2 guys are doing some slide jobs on each other for second and third. LaGuinness is hanging on to that 4th place. Sheehan's back there just riding in the 5th place, and Tyler Berry's got that final transfer spot. He's got a little breathing room, though, over Thompson and Jones, who are battling side by side, so they are losing ground to Berry real quick. Meanwhile, the 2nd place is the part where it's heating up as those guys are coming to the white flag.
White flag is out here, so it's all goes here. Top 6 move on here. Right now, Richard Murtaugh Jr. out in front here. You see Thompson, he's trying to pull pretty much a Martinsville move there. He is all the way full send, tried to do something there. That's not going to make it. So your top 6 moving on to tonight's A main event from LCQ. Number 2, it's Murtaugh, Krebs, Rich, Luganis, Sheehan, and Tyler Berry moving on.
Nice, man. And that was nice little B main. Again, that's what happens when you got a lot of talent on the field and only 6 spots to go to the feature. Everybody's just trying to battle. Well, we're going to hear a little bit of warm up. You know, like what we was talking before, folks, we got a lot of great dirt racing, man. I'm proud to bring on here. Alex is bringing up the, they're going to run with the PA. It's going to be all the Pennsylvania style races. Let them know about it. Alex is shy now. Might be having a little trouble. Having a little difficult with the internet tonight. Alright? Straighten out. Well, while he's doing that, we'll be back here in a few. Let's listen to some sights and sounds of these cars. We'll be right back. All right, feature time here tonight. Let's grid these bad boys up here because we got a good field. As out front, Brent Evans, the man's going to start it on pole. Blake Majulis and Evan C. going to be second, third. Dylan Hauser going to start there in fourth. Lucas Riort there in fifth. Dylan Wilson sixth. Trey Mills seventh. Logan Rumsey up in eighth. Mike Augustine ninth. Chase Barbera starting 10th. Bowden Brandon up in 11th. Chris Horn in 12th. Look through the rest of it here. Austin Sessions 13th. Richard Murtaugh 14th. Tyson Leakey 15th. Bo Krebs 16th. Lake Martin 17th. Hunter Rich in 18th. Nick Baum 19th. Hunter Lagunas 20th. James Braswell 21st. Jaden Sheehan 22nd. Logan Brass 23rd. Tyler Berry there in the 24th spot. Well, 24 drivers, 40 laps. What could go wrong?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
It's a racy track at Limaland. We've already seen very hard to pass here. We've seen some good slide job moves, but they're not like they're sticking. But we've not seen a lot of guys, unless mayhem happens. I come barreling through the field. So the hard charger is going to be interesting to watch. Who's going to come through the field and get that award tonight? But I think that they're going to need some help to do it. Not seeing anybody with the speed to just come from 20th all the way to second or third, unless again there's some wrecks that help them out.
And that's the biggest part. Green flag is out. Here we go. 40 laps of distance into turn 1 and 2 we go. And battles already throughout the racetrack are on from front to back. But up front, it is going to be Brent Evans, Blake Majulis, Evans C. So keep an eye on those four.
Yeah, you got Brent Evans. I was about to say Evan C., but Brent Evans out front. And Blake Majulis is in a battle back here with his teammate here, Evan C. Those two guys are going to go nose to tail. How much do they fight? Because right behind them, Dylan Hauser on their back bumper along with Dylan Wilson. So it's a Dylan show here along with York and Trey Mills. They are 3 wide behind them. So, Majulis and C have to make up their mind on what they're going to do because Hauser's not going to sit back there and wait.
And Trey Mills, remember, he had a great run last week in the race, the McMillan Memorial race last week, and Mills right now picking up where he left off. Blake Majulis as well, though. He is in that second spot. Dylan Hauser in the third spot, but Trey Mills has a lot of competition there. Chase Barbera, Logan Rumsey, the two guys making their 5th straight feature start in 5 races. So talk about two guys who need the consistency right now sitting in 6th and 7th.
When we talk about the hard charger, right now it's only 3 positions up. Normally we used to send some of these guys come up, 8 and 9. I talked about how hard it is to come through the field, and that would actually put it in the hands of a Chase Barbera, who is up only 3 spots. Meanwhile, battle up front, Evans and Majulis are going at it. They got a huge battle happening way back in the back of the pack because everybody's kind of single file, top file. But look at Majulis and Evans putting slide jobs on each other.
The battle for the race lead continues on here between Brent Evans, Blake Majulis. Majulis now on the top side. He's going to hold your race lead over Brent Evans. Then you have it, Dylan Hauser in that third spot. Evans C right behind Hauser, though. Dylan Wilson, Logan Rumsey, Chase Barbera, Trey Mills, Lucas Rourke. Those guys in the top 10 right now. Richard Murtaugh Jr. closing in on the top 10 as well here. So cars starting to make some moves here, starting to find the groove. But right now, Evans taps the wall. That opens the door for Dylan Hauser.
It does. Majulis up front, Hauser there in second. Big battle with Evans. Also another battle back here for 4th and 5th. That's Wilson and Rumsey as Evans C has fallen off the pace all the way back to 6th. He's going to have to rumble his way back up to the front. And look at that. He's door banging down on the bottom. He makes headway on that bottom with 3 wide with Chase Barbera up front. So we got battles all over the place. Front, back, middle. That's just dirt racing.
Battles throughout here, but keep an eye on Richard Murtaugh Jr. He is now in the 11th spot. He's closing in on Bowden Brand right now, but he is bringing a lot of talent with him. Chris Horn, Augustine, Ridge, Baum, they're all right there, and they're all closing in on the top 10 drivers of Brandt, Rourke, Mills. We might have still battles to be formed here between everyone from the 15th spot up to the top spot here. This track is really racy tonight.
Yes, it is, and the biggest hard charger move tonight so far, up 5 positions, Chase Barbera. He is sitting in that 5th place spot. Got a little breathing room as he just rides on the tail back bumper here of Dylan Wilson. Meanwhile, Blake Majulis out front doing what he does, walk away. Dylan Hauser there in second. Evans hanging on the third. Wilson right there in the fourth, and Barbera in fifth. Those guys are nose to tail. If they don't look out, though, they're going to have Rumsey, Evans C., Trey Mills. Those guys are battling back and forth as Mills blinks just a little bit. Oh, he came back in and almost got sideways. Chase Barbera did.
And Barbera now, it's Rumsey, Barbera, Mills. There is also the 30C. So we are closing in on a 4-car battle here. That is for position number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Battling out here, Logan Rumsey, though, he is holding on to that 5th spot. Barbera now back up into the 6th spot here as he has company, though. Mills and C putting on a battle between the two of them for 7th and 8th.
Yeah, Clinton captain here. Problem is C has fallen all the way back to 7th. Barbera's trying to hang on to it. He's still got that hard charger wrapped in. Well, actually, I say no. Actually, Hunter Rich has got 5 positions up back there in the 13th place spot, so it's something we'll have to keep an eye on as Chase Barbera's falling back to 6th. Meanwhile, our leader, Blake Majulis, he's getting in some lap traffic, but he's got a big lead of 1 second over Dylan Hauser, who actually has a pretty good lead over Dylan Wilson of about 2 seconds. And Dylan Wilson, and you got Rumsey and Evans, Barbera and C, they're all kind of nose to tail. Looks like 1 lap. Excuse me, that's Logan Rumsey, my bad. All those guys are on top of each other, and now you see them almost try to run each other over. Caution
so now
out, too.
Lap traffic is gone there. Not quite sure who that was. I just saw the leader pass there.
Hunter Laginas.
Yeah. Hunter Laginas.
See what happened to him. Oh, he got up into the wall in another car and then just spun it around. Was able to keep it going, but spun it around the track. So that'll slow him down a little bit. Let's see what old Blake Majulis can do here.
So halfway here, 21 laps in the book. We'll have 22 in the book when we go back to the green flag racing. So over halfway here in this pro late model feature here. Still a lot of racing yet to go here. Dylan Wilson up 3 spots. He's 6-3 there. Rumsey up 4, 8-4. But then you have from 10th to 7th, Barbera. He's up 3. 14th to 10th right now is Richard Murtaugh Jr., so he's starting to make some moves. But again, Hunter Rich, he's up 18-13. So there are some guys making some slow headway here. But remember, Blake Majulis there in about 20 laps started hitting lap traffic. So now the question is, if this goes green the rest of the way here, will Majulis hit lap traffic? How much lap traffic? And will that play in the favor of Hauser, Wilson, Rumsey, anyone in that top 5? Or will Blake Majulis slice and dice like he usually does here and keep the lap traffic in his favor here to pull away from Dylan Hauser, Dylan Wilson? We will find out. We got a lot of caution laps to go here because these guys are trying to figure out where the incident was. And again, this is why race control does what they do, and we sit back, relax, and just talk about racing.
Yeah, no doubt. What's up, Tristan? How you doing? And well, Scott Dobbs out there can't make up his mind who he wants to pull for. He says go Hauser, go Mills, and go Chase Barbera. So he's got all 3 of his drivers. Right now he's got Hauser up front, so that's not bad. Mills has got a little work to do. And Barbera, he was on the move up there too as we're getting set here to go back green.
So going to be fun to watch. Battles are going to be really feisty, to say the least here.
Yeah, and he always is. I mean, Dylan Hauser is one of those guys who, you know, he likes to ruffle some feathers. I mean, he is all about, look, it's his setup, it's his way. You know, he likes to come out here, but he can back it up. I mean, they got to give him credit. For most of the people might not like the way he does it or the way he talks. I mean, he definitely a lot of times can back up what he says. He's fast. He comes out here, usually finishes good, unless he doesn't get himself in trouble or something. But definitely, you know, bad fast catch. You got to watch out for him. But can't take anything away from Majulis. See, none of these guys. I mean, look, we got a stacked field. Any one of these drivers can win these races at any given time.
The pace truck is off. Majulis in charge of the field. Delaware double file or Dixie double file, depending on where you're from here. The green flag is back out. Majulis with a great jump. He's going to lead in turn 1 and 2. There goes Dylan Wilson now. Wilson to the bottom side over Dylan Hauser. The battle of the Dylans, side by side they were. Now up to the top side. Both drivers will go into 3 and 4. Blake Majulis still holds on to the race lead.
I still think it's a topside dominant track right now. You might be able to make that slide job work on the inside. You see him 3 wide back here with Rumsey, Evans, Barbera, Riork. Back here, we got a car upside down in the middle of the track. Who in the world? I think that's Tyson Ulicki. Upside down. Let's go back and watch it again. Yeah, in the 74 machine. He's up top, way back in the back. Leaders actually came around and almost ran into him. Oh, he got a little tag in the back and then just had a little help, and Brett say, can't park there. He definitely was. Comes Majulis around going, hey, wait a minute. Car ain't supposed to be there.
Yes, in the great words of Brett Wheeler, you can't park there. And yes, I will gladly say that Brett Wheeler is the originator of that.
Yeah, and look, he didn't get the memo.
No, I
always
guess,
like saying dead turtles too on the track. But they look like turtles, man. They were upside down, little wheels in the sky. I mean, you know.
I think Brett Wheeler's watching. I hope Brett Wheeler's watching. But I think I can plug this. The You Can't Park There is brought to you by Power Plat's presentation.
What is Power Plat's presentation?
Oh, you gotta ask Brett Wheeler. Brett Wheeler got the whole thing for you. Green flag is out. Listen, he is watching, so I want to know if he. I'm gonna say I can plug it. I hope I can plug it. We'll see. I'm gonna get a message at some point if I can plug it. But green flag is back out here, and Blake Majulis, he is out in front. He is gonna go up in 1 and 2. There you have Hauser still in the second spot. Dylan Wilson up top, and yes, I can plug Power Plat's presentation.
Oh yeah, of course we can. Look, we don't know what's our network. I don't care what Brett said. Nah, you're a pretty good guy. Up front, you know, Blake Majulis, Hauser, Rumsey, Wilson, Evan C. Barbera. That is a class act of who's who. And man, I'm going to tell you what a save by Dylan Wilson. He had that thing clearly sideways. He lost some positions, but he actually had that thing like almost at a 90-degree turn and was able to keep it going straight.
There you see the battles throughout there. Trey Mills, Dylan Wilson, Chase Barbera. Now Barbera and Mills trying to get by Dylan Wilson there. Both cars, one on the bottom, one up top, and now Mills, he's going to make that bottom side work. He holds the bottom side here. Now he's battling it out side by side with Chase Barbera for that 5th spot. Barbera yet again up 5 spots within the top 5 again.
But you got Logan Rumsey up 6 spots in the top 3, and like you just said, Hunter Rich is the next one there with up 6 spots. So, and then Braswell's up 6 spots. So if you had to stop right now, the hard charger award would default back to Hunter Rich because Rumsey would be in the top 3 right now. So, but it's a good one. Blake Majulis out front, Hauser there in second. Rumsey battled with him side by side for that second place spot. Evan C's out of the top 4. He's got a little work to get done. He's trying that low line. Not a lot of people making any ground on that low line. I still think it's maybe top dominant here. I'd like to see if it's going to come in the next 8 laps.
You see Trey Mills also following Evan C right there. They were both on the bottom side. So is Dylan Wilson there. So that bottom side might come in here. And if it does, you're going to have some guys like Hauser. I think Hauser's on that bottom line too.
No, he's on the top.
Up top. Logan Rumsey. It's Rumsey. And there you see Rumsey on the bottom side. He got the run now as Rumsey now making the bottom line work here against Dylan Hauser. Side-by-side battle here. We're closing in on 5 to run.
I think if we get a caution, let's say like now, let's don't jinx it, but if we get a caution now, we've seen it many a time that the other lane comes in and the high lane, or the other lane, most of the time being the high lane, goes away. And I think we're seeing that Rumsey is trying to see if he can't get that thing to bite. He's getting that run going in, coming off, though. You see Blake Majulis has got everything going. Maybe Blake Majulis needs to pick up the pace and see, because he's still going to have 3 to go here tonight.
Majulis, Rumsey, Hauser. That is your top 3 here. Evan C making that bottom side work. He's closing in on Dylan Hauser. So now we have a battle for the 3rd spot as here comes Evan C on the inside of Hauser. Watch out, Trey Mills as well. He is closing in on Dylan Hauser as well. We might have a 3-car battle here for your 3rd spot here as we come in. 2 laps to run for Blake Majulis.
Yeah, white flag's going to fly this time by Blake Majulis out front, hanging on. Rumsey's trying to get that putt-putt lane going on the bottom. And maybe that lap traffic might come into play. We'll have to see. Battle's heating up for 3rd. Blake Majulis 2 more times. Has he got what it takes to hang on? I believe he does.
Blake Majulis wins here at Limaland. It's going to be Logan Rumsey second spot. Dylan Hauser holds on to third. Fourth goes to Evan C. Trey Mills comes home in the fifth spot. Sixth goes to Chase Barbera. Dylan Wilson comes home in seventh. Starting on the pole and finishing eighth, it's going to go to Brent Evans. Mike Augustine finishes ninth. Lucas Rourke going to come home top 10. Coming home in the 11th spot, it's Richard Murtaugh Jr. Then it's Hunter Rich in the 12th spot. Coming home in 13th, it's going to be Austin Sessions. James Braswell Jr. in the 14th spot. 15th goes to Bona Brandt. 16th to Nick Baum. Bo Krebs comes home with a 17th. Lakin Martin comes home in the 18th spot. 19th goes to Logan Brass. Chris Horn comes home in the 20th spot. Hunter Luganis comes home in 21st. 22nd goes to Tyler Berry. 23rd goes to Jaden Sheehan. Tyson Ulecki comes home in the 24th spot. So
well,
that
the hard charger
out.
was James Braswell back in 14th.
So Braswell gets another hard charger. So impressive run for James Braswell here tonight.
Yeah, he was up 7 spots. He actually beat out Hunter Rich, who was up 6 there in the 12th place spot. So not bad. We'll see if we can't get a few of these guys up here, get a word with them. As we've got the third place man, old Dylan Hauser, up here. Well, let's get a word with him.
One second. Is our mic getting picked up again?
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry. Everything is just, again, trying to exit iRacing. Everything is frozen. But now that we are back on, Dylan Hauser coming home on the podium yet again here. You know, consistency is always key here. Regrouping after some tough weeks, but now back on the podium. Another strong run for that House of Speed car. So take some time here. Tell us how that race did, especially that last restart.
Yeah, you know, we just I've been gone for a couple months or a couple weeks, or not months, but just got back from Florida. First week back for points, and we ran pretty good. We're a little tight getting into the corner, so we could have made a few adjustments maybe to be better, but I don't know if it would have been faster, but definitely a little more consistent, and that's what wins races. So, but we ran good. Third place is great with this level of competition, so we'll take it.
And especially, you know, missed one feature there, but with drop weeks, it's technically, you know, in 4 feature appearances, you have made it top 5 in all 4. So a pretty good run here, still within the top 5 in points. And coming down the final stretch, what are you looking forward to here? You know, we have Lucas Oil on the schedule. We have Lincoln and then I-55. What tracks, you know, what's one of your favorite tracks that you're looking forward to possibly catching a win once or twice?
I'd like to win. I mean, I-55 is a great track for us. We got some really good setups there, and Lincoln and Lucas Oil are also some really good tracks for us. So we should finish the season out pretty strong. We've been working hard on the setups all the past month. Really, we've really been diving into them and just trying to get things better, man. Never slowing down, always trying to find the edge on the competition, and it's tough racing at this level, but we won't stop digging.
We know you got a lot of great sponsors on that number 2. Take some time, thank those sponsors, thank those supporters for helping you get to the podium again.
Yeah, JC Floyd, Cocky Floyd Designs for the wrap, Big Pip and Hunter Gain at Hunter Gain Speed Secret, 3D Racing, House of Speed iRacing Setups, Ace Graphics, LTX Homes, Chris Pearson Racing, Gears Unlimited, Bobby Hans Performance, one of my biggest sponsors. You guys are putting everything on, and if I'm forgetting somebody, I apologize. Sweaty Tuna Racing, just everybody that helps part of this deal, I appreciate it, and we'll keep digging. If you need a setup, check out houseofspeed.us, and we'll see you guys at the next one.
That is Dylan Hauser coming home on the 3rd spot. Joe, you're catching up with our 2nd place finisher of Logan Rumsey.
All right, Rumsey, Joey in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah.
He was able to hang on to that second, but was there anything you might have could have done? I saw you got that low line going, but was there anything else you could have done to maybe get around Majulis up there for the win?
Yeah, I didn't feel good all night in the heat race and stuff. I just wasn't really didn't really feel that good, so I didn't really expect much in that feature. Was just kind of riding around in around 5th place, and then got that late restart, and I knew the bottom was kind of good, but I didn't know it was that good. I just really was down there right on the tires, just making it work, and I ended up getting the 3rd and was just kind of rolling around in 3rd there for a while there. And once I cleared Hauser, I really had some has something for Blake. So I don't know if I could just hit my marks a little bit better there at the end, I could have got him.
Hey, no doubt. Like I said, just maybe some time came into the picture there for you, but definitely had a fast car tonight. You got anybody you want to thank out there for it?
Yeah, just Steve for putting up the league. It's really fun to hop on Sundays and get to do a race.
Yo, that's Logan Rumsey bringing it home. Well, I'm going to let Alex, man, run on down there, man, talk to the main man here tonight, Blake Majulis, putting it on the line and winning it here.
Get to welcome this guy back to victory lane here in the Pro Late Models. Blake Majulis, we talked about how tough this Pro Late Model season has been for you, but you get back after, 2 weeks off of points here. You get back in the winning ways here to come up and kick off the second leg of the season. So talk about the momentum that you're hoping to grab from this win.
Yeah, I'm just kind of having fun with this series. I'm out of the points, so it's just been a ridiculous season. So just kind of want to hold on and just win some races, test some stuff out, not worried about it at all, and help my guys out as much as we can, get everybody up front, and just get these good runs going, and keep the consistency flowing. Hopefully the last few races at the end of the season, and hopefully end on a high note.
Talk about consistency, especially for CFM Esports. Evan C comes home 3 wins, now you with 2. So you've clean swept this season throughout, 5 wins for that CFM Esports in 5 races. So the consistency comes in play yet again with another win.
Yeah, man. I think you hit it every time. Consistency is just everything, and even if you're not winning, that's what wins championships. It's what brings podiums and whatever it may be. But consistency is pretty much everything in these types of series. So hopefully, like I said, just keep it going the last couple weeks, and we've been killing it in the super lates as well. So 5 out of the 6 weeks we've brought home a win, so that's pretty good, and hopefully just keep it going, my man.
We know you got a lot of great supporters and some great sponsors on that 127, so take some time and thank them here for another win.
Appreciate it very much, you guys, for everything you do up here in the broadcast booth every week. I appreciate it. Majulis C Speed Shop, CFM Esports, everybody over there, all my guys and customers and supporters, thank you guys. Race XR, WR1 Sim Chassis, Represent Limited, Reliable Energy Solutions, Design 75, and ML Performance. And Steve for putting on the league. Appreciate it.
That is your winner for the second time this season, the 127 of Blake Majulis.
Absolutely. Majulis definitely bad fast. Well, this guy was fast and got the hard charger. James Braswell, joining the booth.
Yes, sir.
Well, again, hard charger. So, you're getting the way of coming up through the fields here in these races. What are you learning by coming through them?
Yeah, we shouldn't have been back there. We wrecked in the heat, so that put us dead last in the B main. We had to drive up there. We got lucky and drove to 5th from I think 14th in the B main and made it in the show and started 21st. And Limaland, I love Limaland. A lot of people hate it, but you just gotta take your time. 40 laps seems long, but it ain't long there, and it's hard to pass there. So you just gotta be patient and pick off cars. Wish we could have definitely finished up further ahead, but we'll take what we can get, I guess.
It definitely shows you got speed to be able to get here week after week, hard charging through the fields. Just maybe get a little bit on those qualifying, like you said, and get up front, because once you get there, I feel like you're going to be one of the top dogs. But, man, you got anybody you want to thank for tonight?
Yeah, man, I'd like to thank my team over at CFM, Blake and Evan, and then Chris Ferguson. I'd like to thank him a lot. He helps us out a lot, and everybody over in the CFM Discord, man, and y'all put on the broadcast.
That's it, hard charger man tonight, James Braswell. Well, what a show, Alex. This track here, kind of like a little full ring, shorter style track, very fast paced, but man, never fails. Had some good racing.
And it all leads into this, the nightcap for our Sunday nights. The Miller Family Trucking Super Late Models to come up in just about a half-hour time. So it's going to get even better back at Limaland. Another 40-50 cars will sign in for another great racing action. Again, should have about 4 or 5 heats on tap for that one. B mains, 40 to 50 lap feature event as well to come and end tonight's Sunday night racing for week number 5 on the season. So Joe, half-hour time, we get to do it all again, like we said in the B mains. It's so nice we get to do it twice, this time with a little more horsepower in super late model action.
Absolutely. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back here in a few. We got the super late models coming up top of the hour, like Alex said. Everyone, have a good night.